It had to be killing you not to play, right?
Yeah, wasn't fun. I mean, watching the guys, I was honestly just so nervous. It was hard for me to even keep it together up there. Yeah, it sucked not playing. I mean, I live for playing in the playoffs, and yeah, it hurt not to play, but the boys did a great job.
Dan mentioned that you and Kobe were pretty vocal last year about not making the players get old.
Yeah.
He made it. What do you think of this team right now?
I think they've done a great job. Those signings we made and trades with Arvidsson and Deneau, I mean, those couldn't have worked out any better. But yeah, we're going in the right direction. I'm very pleased with the way we progressed this year and looking forward to next year. I mean, I think we're going to be a really good team, and I know the season just ended and I wasn't playing, so I'm already excited for next season. I can't wait to get going because I think we're going to be really good, and I still believe they might even do a little bit more, so we'll see what happens. And I think we're going to be a team that can win some playoff series next year.
Drew, how do you evaluate the younger players, having watched them from the sidelines instead of being on the ice with them?
I mean, you get to see more of it, and you're able to. Obviously, when you're in the game, you're not really paying attention to the people's shifts as much as you maybe are when you're watching. So I was able to obviously I paid more attention to the D than I would to the forwards, and they did a great job. I'm very impressed. We're gonna have some problems on the right side there because we got a lot of guys and a lot of good players, and I think all of them are NHL players. So I mean, that's not for me to deal with, but I'm very impressed with them. I thought they had a great season. They stepped up, and the good thing about them is you can see where the room to improve is, and it's not things that they can't do. It's just things that they don't know yet, and we're going to be able to help them with that, and they're just going to get better. So, I mean, the future's bright for a lot of those young guys.
What about playoff Mikey versus regular?
Yeah, I was pretty happy with that. He was getting in a bunch of scrums and punch people in the face and stuff. So, yeah, I loved it. And I mean, Mikey did a good job, man. He didn't play for however long right before playoffs, and I thought he had a good playoffs. So, credit to him for sticking with it when he was injured, because when you're just kind of injured and don't know when you're going to be back, it sucks, and you can easily go the wrong way and just kind of get lazy with it because you're just sick of doing it. So, good for Mikey.
If the team advanced, was there a likelihood that you would?
I think we were gonna rush it back. Yeah, maybe conference finals. I was gonna try to, and I told them, I'm like, even if we make the finals, like I'm gonna play. I'll have something. Yeah.
And you'll be good to go in the fall.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, no problem. I should be good to start skating. I would think in 5 weeks right now. So maybe another 5 weeks or so. Yeah.
It's like a ligament or a tendon.
Tendon, yeah, tendon tear. So, but I'm all good. I already feel really good. So.
When you look at the growth of the young guys you've talked about, and you mentioned a number of them, where do you feel the organization still has to go outside, and what pieces would you like to see, or what element you think you're missing?
I think we could. I mean, I don't want to say we're like missing things. I don't want to, but I think we could add some toughness. That would be good. Maybe like a bigger guy, like on D besides Eddie. Really, we're all just like kind of little guys. But I think we could always add a scorer. That's still our downfall, I think, is not scoring, and the power play was not even close to good enough. I mean, so I would think we could add another, top 6 guy that puts the puck in the net. I think that would be great, but I don't know what we have to do. That's just my opinion. It's up to them to decide.
Coming back to Mikey, we ask about young players and press people. Nobody ever mentions them. Do you think that he is now kind of considered part of the veteran group? I mean, Todd's talked about him carrying himself with the poise of a 10-year vet and that sort of thing. Yeah.
He does have that in him. He out of the young guys, like he's definitely the most probably mature and the guy that would be, a leader down the road for us. I still see him as a rookie, but no, he does a great job, and he's taken that step, and he's definitely got to be in that secondary core or whatever you call it for the leadership, because he deserves to be in it, and he's stepped up. So, no doubt he'll be in wearing a letter one of these days. No doubt about it.
You talked about the difficult things about watching the playoff from the press box, but Todd was very complimentary as far as your presence around the team.
Yeah.
We saw the embrace with Adrian. What were you trying to do even out of action to help the guys?
I just tried to keep it loose for the guys. A lot of them had never played in playoffs, and they're young, and you could tell a lot of them were, not a lot of them, but a few of them were nervous, and I just tried to have fun with it. You know, I can keep the room light, make them laugh, at the same time give them some insight on what was happening throughout the series. You know, they would ask me, what are you seeing here, what are you seeing there, and I would help them with that. And yeah, I was just there for encouragement, and I'm very happy I got to go because it was a lot of fun, and I enjoyed watching those games and being a part of them in some sort of way. But yeah, I think it was useful, me going.
You mentioned in the past that you enjoy playing with Mikey Anderson and you want to keep doing that.
Mm-hmm.
You two teamed up together this year to be an incredible pair. Are you excited about what growth he showed in the playoffs and how
Yeah, of course.
improved your game?
Yeah, of course. I thought, I mean, it sucks we both had injuries because we were both playing well this year, I thought. And, yeah, I mean, I'm really excited to keep going with him. He's just going to get better and better. And obviously, as he gets better, and I do too, we're just going to gel better. So it's going to make it great. And the best thing about us is, like, we just really care about not letting the other team score on us. That's honestly what we care about the most, and that's what I love about playing with Mikey. He's a competitor, and yeah, he likes keeping the puck out of his net. We just gotta work on his little baby shot a little bit.
First game next year, core four won't have one. Dustin, what does he mean to you, Drew?
Oh, yeah, it's hard even to talk about Brownie, honestly. He was my roommate my first year in the league. Somewhat of a father figure / brother to me, 100%. Taught me so much from the get-go. I love him so much, and I mean, we've had other guys leave like Greener and stuff like that. That meant a lot to me, but Brownie, man, it's gonna be weird being here without him. Yeah, I love him, and I'm gonna miss him. It sucks, but it's part of the game. People retire and move on, but I'm not worried about it. I'll still see him all the time, talk to him all the time, so I'm not too worried about losing a friendship or anything like that. We'll be friends forever.
What was going through your mind, though, sitting up on that stage at the press conference and listening to him and the family talk and everything?
I was just like, don't cry. And then like you start thinking about, or sorry, I keep swearing, but when am I going to retire? Then you start thinking about that, and I'm like, oh, I don't want to even think about that because I don't want that to happen for a long time. But it was awesome. I thought the press conference was great. I thought his son did a great job talking. So did Brownie and Nicole, and yeah, that was awesome. And Brownie, he deserves that. He means so much to this organization, and no one's done more than he has. So, yeah.
Everybody's been talking about memories of him, of course, him holding up the cup. Do you have any behind-the-scenes memories that like stick out? He talked about being on the bench when you guys won the first time, enjoying the final few minutes.
Yeah, my memories of Brownie would probably just be us, honestly, in our hotel room we would order 4 desserts. So we got 2 each every night before the game. So that's a memory of mine. And then like I was his coffee guy, so every morning I had to go get him his coffee, bring it back, and then I was the thermostat guy and he was the curtain guy. And then I was also the alarm guy. I remember one time I made us late in Colorado. So yeah, he got for that one, but we were just talking about that one the other day.
He trusted you with
He trusted me, and so it was like my second year in the league, and he was the captain, and I made him late for the game. Then no one found out though. We snuck in.
That's great.
Yeah.
The step we talked about the other guys, the step to go from non-playoff team to playoff team, is it harder to go from playoff team to contender or to get into the playoffs when you're not a contender?
I don't know. That's hard one. I think it's probably, I don't know. It seemed like forever to get back in the playoffs, so I don't know. I would say that part's harder, to build a team that can actually get in the playoffs. But yeah, to become a contender now, we got a lot more work to do. But because we did what we did this year, I'm sure coming to LA for some other players probably looks pretty good. They might want to come here. They see what we've built. They see where we could be going. So, I mean, that's always good. But yeah, I hope we're a contender next year. I really do. I think it's possible. It's not going to be like Colorado or something, but I think it's possible. I mean, we almost beat Edmonton with missing two of our top 4D and one of our top 3 forwards. Went to Game 7. I mean, I think if we're in there, it's going to be a lot different, but it's easy to say that now.
Is that the way you look at the series? Like, there was that series early on, 11, where Kopitar was injured against San Jose, and everybody's like, what if? Is that the way you look at this series? Like, what if you were in, it's different?
I mean, I obviously throughout the series, I kept thinking that, like, I know could help right now and stuff like that, but at the same time, what the guys did without us, that was like motivating, because we're missing these important players on our team, and we took the Oilers to Game 7. We weren't even expected, I don't think, to make the playoffs because all the injuries we had. We went through so much crap this year. Everyone wants to talk about Vegas, having all these injuries. We had the same stuff. So I'm just really proud of what the group did, and it's almost good like that we weren't playing, because we got to show everyone what we could do without some of our top guys. So like I said, it's just like motivating, like that we were able to do that without our guys, because now what can we do with them? So
You look back on the regular season in a similar lens, like 99 points from a team that
yeah,
you didn't play half the season.
exactly. Yeah, it's impressive. The whole season, everything, just great job by the guys. Great job by the coaches, everyone up top. Everybody just did a great job. Didn't expect that. Honestly, when I went down, 3-4 games into the season, my first thought was like, uh-oh, a little bit, and then Walks went down the next day. I'm like, oh, we might be screwed here. And then they just went on a heater right away. I think they won like 7 in a row or something. So pretty impressive. Great season. Very happy. Yeah.
What do you like best about Todd as a coach?
He's a good teacher. He really breaks down his video more than any other. John Stevens really broke down video, but like Daryl would watch video with us, but he wouldn't really break it down. He would just, Daryl's a motivator. He knew how to press the right buttons to get you going and stuff like that. Whereas Todd is more of a teacher. Like in our system, honestly, like some of the players don't even have to think. We already like kind of structured what we're supposed to do. Obviously, some players are different and they're going to make their own plays, but we're literally like structured on our breakouts like perfectly. And that's honestly, that system is probably the biggest part to why we had 99 points and took Edmonton Game 7, all because that system can help young guys. It's just like in our brains what we have to do, so it makes it really easy, honestly.
You mentioned Daryl. Do you have a pick for the Battle of Alberta?
I would think Calgary's going to win. Now Edmonton fans are probably going to come at me, but my pick would probably be Calgary.
Talking about some of the reminders that time's passing, Brownie ceremony, Wayne Simmons, another one of your roommates playing a 1,000th game, your 1,000th game. But obviously there's a lot of promise here, a lot of youth. But just how do you feel at this stage in your career? And
I feel great.
Yeah.
I feel great. Thought I had a really good season. I was buzzing. Thought I was playing great, and then just got screwed with injuries. But I mean, if I kept going, I think I would have kept going the way I was going. I for sure would have been in the talks again, and that's where I want to get back to. And I thought I had a good season 2 seasons ago too, so I feel really good. I think I'm going to have a great season next year. I'm excited to have a great off season. I got a lot of time off right now, so I'm going to work really hard to be in my best shape as always. And yeah, I'm looking forward to next year, and I'm excited for the future, even the years after that. I'm nowhere close to wanting to be done here. I feel great. I want to keep playing. My body's in good shape. Finally got hit with some injuries, but I'll be fine. So I'm just excited to keep going.
Drew, through the course of the year, a lot of people have kind of written off Jonathan Quick as a goaltender.
Yeah.
Talk about him as a teammate and what kind of goaltender he
He's
is.
talked about. He's just the biggest competitor ever. I knew that was going to happen. Like, you just knew that would happen. Like, they give PD the big contract, and then that just drives Quickie. Like, so I knew this was going to happen the whole time. I already knew, and then I knew once we got to playoffs, he would take over. He's just the absolute competitor and comes up in big games. And honestly, yeah, we took Edmonton to Game 7, but most of it was because of Quickie.